Shocking alert for travelers and visa holders. The Visa Dropbox renewal option is gone, and mandatory interviews now threaten millions. Starting September 2, 2025, most U.S. visa renewals will demand in-person appearances, even for those with existing visas. For years, many avoided the hassle, but Trump's 2025 immigration policy has ended that ease. This affects students, professionals, and global leaders alike, marking a major overhaul in non-immigrant visa handling. Welcome to Immiscope. I'll break down this shift, its wide-reaching impact, and what you must do before the deadline. Stick with me to the end for your action plan. End of the Dropbox era. A significant change is underway as the U.S. State Department has axed the interview waiver program, known as Dropbox. Effective September 2, 2025, this policy ends the ability to renew visas by simply mailing documents. Previously, eligible applicants skipped consulate visits, a convenience now lost under Trump's tightened rules. This move is part of a broader strategy to enhance immigration controls, slow entries, and boost scrutiny across the board. Key points to grasp. The Dropbox option served repeat applicants with clean records. It's being revoked for nearly all non-immigrant visa categories. The shift replaces Biden-era waivers with mandatory face-to-face meetings. This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a game-changer for how visas are managed. Keep watching, the affected groups are next. Mandatory interviews kick in. Starting September 2, 2025, in-person consular interviews become compulsory for most visa renewals. This applies to both new applicants and those refreshing existing visas, regardless of past approvals. The Trump administration cites national security, aiming to curb fraud missed by document-only renewals. Critics argue it's a deliberate move to complicate, delay, and raise costs for immigrants. Take note of this shift. No history or clean record exempts you from appearing. It reverses the Biden-era policy that eased interview skips. The change will strain millions with added logistics and expenses. For those relying on timely renewals, this could disrupt plans significantly. Stay tuned, specific impacts are coming. Who's hit by this change? This policy rollback targets a broad range of visa holders across major non-immigrant categories. H-visa applicants, especially H-1B professionals, will face longer waits due to the interview requirement. L-1 intracompany transferees are also mandated to attend in person, adding to their process. F and M visa holders, international students and vocational trainees, risk academic disruptions without quick renewals. Consider these affected group. J visa holders, like exchange scholars and interns, lose their exemptions. O-1 visa holders, typically elite experts, must now book interviews. Even children under 14 and seniors over 79 need to appear, barring rare exceptions. Urgent timelines for work or study could derail with even a single delay. Don't miss the next section, details on the lost Dropbox benefit are up. The Dropbox shortcut is gone. The Dropbox program, a pandemic-era lifeline, is a major casualty of this rollback. It allowed hassle-free renewals by courier for those with no prior issues, no travel, no interview, no wait. This option rebuilt travel, kept embassies running, and connected families, making the U.S. more accessible. Now, under the new policy, Dropbox eligibility vanishes for nearly all H, L, F, M, J, and O-1 visas. Here's what this means. Fast renewals and embassy queue avoidance are history. The convenience that aided millions is officially closed. Only a few exceptions remain, making planning critical. If you counted on this shortcut, the clock is ticking. Keep engaged, waiver exceptions are next. Rare interview waivers remain. Interview waivers still exist, but they're now scarce and tightly restricted. Only diplomats or international organization staff in A1, A2, C3, G1 to G4, or NATO 1 to 6 categories qualify. A slim chance persists for some B1, B2, and border crossing card holders, with strict conditions. Understand these limits. Applicants must renew in their home country with a full validity visa. They need to have been 18 plus at the last issuance, with no refusals or issues. Consular officers retain final say, potentially requiring interviews anyway. Don't bank on an exemption, prepare for an in-person visit. Stay with me, real-world impacts are coming. Impact on visa holders and employers. This change goes beyond paperwork, it hits people, plans, and businesses hard. An H-1B worker on a family trip abroad might be stranded weeks waiting for an interview slot. F-1 students renewing visas could miss a month of classes, threatening their academic standing. J1 exchange participants risk losing unique internship or cultural opportunities. Scale this up. Employers face slipped onboarding dates and postponed transfers. Project deadlines for global teams could collapse unexpectedly. Sectors like tech, healthcare, retail, hospitality, finance, and education will feel the pinch. The takeaway? Expect more delays, meticulous planning, and HR challenges. Keep watching, action steps are next. What to do before September 2, 2025. If you're renewing a visa or planning travel, act immediately. The current policy holds until September 2nd, seize this window. If eligible for a waiver, submit your application now to beat the rush. Here's your plan. Book appointments early if waivers don't apply, consulates will flood post-deadline. Students, verify status now to avoid missing semester starts. Workers, coordinate with employers to safeguard your job amid return delays. Employers, review global teams, set renewal schedules, and partner with legal experts. Every day counts as demand for slots rises. Don't tune out, the policy's purpose is up next. Why Trump's team made this move? This reinstatement ties to Trump's 2025 immigration overhaul, fulfilling a campaign pledge for stricter borders. The administration claims in-person interviews are vital to detect fraud and security threats waivers might miss. They argue document-only renewals risk identity fraud, misrepresentation, and vulnerabilities. Consider the debate. Supporters see it as restoring system integrity. Critics view it as overreach, penalizing most for a few errors. It echoes Trump-era enforcement with more formality and consular discretion. This reflects a deliberate shift in immigration control. Stay tuned, future implications are coming. What this means for immigration ahead. This rollback isn't isolated, it's a piece of a larger, stricter U.S. immigration framework. Recent moves include ICE raids, TPS termination, birthright citizenship limits, and deportation quotas. The mandatory interview rule fits this pattern of heightened restriction and oversight. Here's the impact. Individuals face earlier prep, less travel, and higher costs. Companies must tighten compliance and adjust hiring. Families, especially with children or elderly, need to adapt plans. These simple processes now take months and cost thousands. This new reality demands quick adaptation. Don't miss the final advice. This isn't speculation, the State Department's decision is set for September 2, 2025. From Dropbox end to mandatory interviews, visa renewals face a seismic shift. H-1B, F-1, J-1, and more are impacted, with delays and costs looming large. Check your visa status, act before the deadline, and consult an expert if needed. This is your Immiscope guide. Prepare now to navigate this change. If this helped you, please like, subscribe to Immiscope, and hit the bell for updates. Share your concerns below, we'll tackle them next time. Thanks for watching, and stay proactive.